Welcome to another online tutorial from New Life Baptist Academy. This is the voice of Christopher Nader. This tutorial is going to show us the power of alphabetizing and how to use it to help us determine the range and the average. I'm going to use a sample spreadsheet that you see on the screen that just has 6 students and what they got on the most recent quiz in points, their age in months, and their height in inches. In previous tutorials, we've learned that when you're using the power of Excel to do math, you cannot have any words or anything else than just straight numbers in your data cells. That's why their age has all been converted to months and their height all converted to inches. So let's say that I want to find out what the range and the average is for the quiz grades on this quiz. So the first thing I want to do is select row 6, and click down to row 11, which gives me the 6 student names. There we go. And then I click in, and then I go up to Data in the top menu bar and Sort, and I'm going to sort by column C from smallest to largest so that I can arrange or array the data based on the quiz points. So I find that Peter had the lowest grade at 68 points and Rebecca had the highest, so I can type in here 68 to 103 points. And oops, now my what I've typed in here is a little bit too large for my column, so let's go up between C and D, click and drag to the right and extend that column a little bit to make that range fit. Okay, now what's the average grade on the quiz? Well, we've learned this in previous tutorials. We can say to Excel, make this cell equal to the sum of all the data points. So I click and drag to all the data points, close my parenthesis, and then divide by the number of data points I have. And I was going to go over here and see, oh gosh, how many data points do I have? And I don't see it because my numbers are now scrambled once I reordered and resorted the data by the quiz points. So let me back up. I'm going to just delete, 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 and renumber my rows to find out how many data points I have. So I go to the 2 and I find out that is the formula of the cell above it plus 1. So that's correct. So I'm just going to click and drag down and then Control D for copy down. And now I find out, aha, I've got 6 data points. So now I go back to my average box and say, please make that equal to the sum of these 6 data points, close paren, divide by the number of data points, which is 6, and I hit enter, and my average is 91.2. So far, so good. And because I know I'm going to, well, let's take off the points down here because we already know that. So I'm going to take off the word points. That'll give me a little extra room in my spreadsheet. Now, I want to know what's the range of their ages of this class and the average age. Well, let's do it again. This time, let's sort all the data. Only this time, let's sort by column D, which is their age in months. So I go to Sort, and I go to column D this time, smallest to largest, hit OK, and now it sorts them by ages and months. So the range is 59 to 66. What's the average age in months of our class? Well, say to Excel, please make this cell equal to the sum of all the data points divided by the number of data points. Average age is 61.8 months. What's their average height? And what's the range of the heights? Well, let's resort again. This time, same 6 rows of data. Sort, only this time let's sort by column E. and I find out that the height ranges from 52 inches to 66 inches. What's the average? Well, let's find out. We say to Excel, please make this cell equal to the sum of all the heights, close parenthesis, divided by the number of heights. The average height is 58.5 inches. Now, if we wanted to dress this up a little, we could make all of these items bold into home and B for bold. That would make them look a little nicer. And we could make the column size of age a little larger to give us a little room. Same with E. Make those a little prettier. And now we've got a good looking spreadsheet. But typically, spreadsheets are alphabetical by the name of the person. So let's end this by alphabetizing by student name. So I select all of the rows of data that I want to select, that I want to alphabetize. I go to Data and Sort, this time by column B, which is where the names appear from A to Z. And I hit OK, and it starts with Joshua, then Martha, Mary, Peter, Rebecca, Saul. That's right. And it did not scramble my row columns this time. So far so good. So this is a pretty spreadsheet. I might make it a little prettier by maybe making this a little smaller, and by going up so I can see the entire spreadsheet. But this is a good looking spreadsheet. You can see the information, and if somebody said, well, how did Mary do on the exam? I would say, well, she got a 92 in the quiz, she's 61 months old, and she's 66 inches tall. This is how you use the power of alphabetizing to help you find the range and the average. Thanks for learning.